here is DocSet Manager. This is what it looks like when you first open it up. And so I think just to show you how to make it all work, I'm just going to start by opening up a new project. So File, New Project. And here we have a list of all of the different projects I've been working on. I'll do a Fridays Eco. I can add a name, I can add a description, and I can add a previous template if I want. I'll start from scratch today and I'll say OK. And what's happening now is Change Manager is actually partitioning out a place for you to start sticking all your drawings. All right, and here we have it. So now we have the Project Explorer open. It's telling us that we're ready to go. And remember the document register. I'll start there. I'll click on it here. And notice our register is empty. All right, there's nothing in the box. I do want to show you, though, that we have two places. We have project documents and unassigned. All right, and we have nothing below them. Well, see this button up here? Arrow that points to in the box. Well, I'm going to click that, see what happens. It's telling me, okay, I can give my first version a name. Let's say this is the old set. And I'll go browse to that old set somewhere on my computer. Click on this button here. And if it's on my network, that's fine. If it's on my C drive, that's fine. EP, that's okay. Oh, here. I'll click there. I'll say OK. I can add a description, received from architect on this date, missing this file or whatever. Say OK. And there we have it. Come in real quick. Now when I bring in the second set with the in the box button, put this down here so you can see it. I'll say newer set. Go look for it. Click on it there and I'll say OK. And I'll say OK. Now watch what happens. It's saying, OK, hold on there, dude. There's two new drawings in the second folder compared to the first set. What do you want to do with it? Well, I want to have them in my my register, so I'll select them all and add them. And then I'll close. And as soon as I hit close, this is the very first time the DocSet Manager starts to do some real exploration for you. What's going to happen is it's going to sync up every drawing side by side, and then it's going to scan the most obvious changes within the documents. When I say most obvious, I mean things like file size. Did they change? Well, if the file size has changed, something's changed. I don't know what, but something. Is the save as date changed? Things like that. So that's what's going to happen now. I'm going to do that. And I'll close. So the comparison, the initial comparison is in progress now. And the nice thing about this, I think, at this point, is it really speeds up your further working with the drawings because the majority of the processing is going and taking place right now. So this is really kind of the beginning of getting into discovery. I think towards the end, when I actually finish up kind of the round trip step-for-step process of going through Change Manager, we can take any questions and we'll try to field those at the end. But if you're paying attention out there, I think you should maybe take a note of those so we can make sure we hit those towards the end. So here we have it. Let me show you. You can see we have the old set. We have the new set down here. Notice that, okay, we have a drawing missing in the new set. Maybe it was deleted here from the old. All right, here are those two new drawings that we were warned about. We have some red and some green. We have some green and some green. So I'm not going to spend any time looking here. Why should I? Well, there's nothing. There's nothing different there. File size, save as date, hasn't even been opened and saved again. So I don't even have to bother. Now in these places where we have some red, it's saying, okay, something's changed, you know, look further. All right, so we see, okay, we have some file names here in our unassigned column. But I want to make more sense. I know these drawings here, the first BPO 1, 2, and 3, these are our floor plans. But you know, this doesn't help anybody else. I happen to know what these drawings are, but I want to keep my team straight. So I'll go up here and I'll add a subfolder. I'll call these maybe the architectural. Rename these. Okay, maybe while I'm at it, I'll add a new subfolder. Call it MEP. But underneath the architectural here, I'll add a new document. So this is just my own custom naming here. I'm going to say maybe these are the first floor plan. I'll go in and say this is the rename second floor plan. You get the idea. Like so. And then in the document register, this is where I was, you know, saying you could organize and manipulate your drawings. I'm just going to click on these here and drag them up. These are the first floor plans. So anytime, again, I bring in a successive newer yet set or newer revision, addendum or whatever, that file name will automatically be synced up with this here. It's actually not too difficult to do. Drag the second there, say OK. That's it. No, that's the majority of the document register. It's really easy to use, but I think going on to the comparison is the next best thing. So I'm going to select this drawing. Remember that it was green there. I'm going to click on that, and then click on its changed newer version. I just do that by holding down the Control key, and I'll hit this button up here that says Compare. And it's going to ask me something. It's going to say, okay, what do you want to compare? Model space, paper space, or this is where the changes are being discovered in model space. Just accept that, and I will. Notice that when I click that, we have the View Mode palette open. There are 3 tabs within the View Mode. We're going to start out in the side-by-side view. We have some active color drop-downs here for new. Deleted's grayed out. I'll show you why in a little bit. We have old, we have relined and unchanged. We have this box down here called Show Deleted. What's that? We'll see. And then we have the background color. And a question I get a lot is, well, why do you have these you know, color drop-downs? Well, every office, every set of CAD standards pretty much has their own line coloring system for their files. Well, you know, if they drew their entire building with orange lines or something like that, you know, when you have your new line work being shown in orange, well, you're not going to see anything. So you can select any color you want to help it pop out in your own eyes. So here, side by side, old, new, old, new. I'll zoom in just by pushing ahead on my scroll wheel. And I can start to get an idea here of some of the changes that are taking place. All right, I can see immediately in this area, this bathroom here, something's going on. All right, that's the new stuff, new line work. So things have been redrawn in here. We have, you know, we can see where the old line work is. We can see where the unchanged, the black lines here are. Okay. So again, I use the highlight, or the side-by-side view to just kind of get my bearings straight. You know, kind of get a feel for where I should look even further. And these other tools over here are best for that. But sometimes it's good to kind of get, you know, a higher up view just so you know where to comb through a little bit better.